Do you think we can cook a suckling pig on the pit barrel cooker? I've received a few requests to do a suckling pig on some of the various cookers that I have. This one intrigued me. I promise I will get to some of those other cookers, but I have never done a whole pig on the pit barrel cooker and I wanted to give it a try. Here's the pig, and you'll notice something's missing. This is a 15-pound suckling pig. I didn't want to go with something too big. I didn't want to go with something too small, so I thought 15 pounds would do it, but with the head attached, it's just a little too long for the pit barrel because I'm going to hang it. So I had to go Henry VIII on him and remove that head. Anyway, let's go ahead and do a little trimming here. And really, I'm going to keep the trimming very basic. I just want to remove some of the stuff that the butchers didn't remove, some of the details. Just going to crack the ribs open a little bit. And really all I'm looking to remove is, silver skin and just, some of the, maybe like there's a few lymph nodes I see in here, remove those, just the things I don't want to eat. It's looking a lot better. Now let's inject this pig. What I have here, 2 cups of guava nectar. This is Kern's guava nectar, just picked it up at the store. And a ½ cup of Cosmo Q's original pork injection. Get that in there. Shake it up. Rest in peace, Rick Ocasek. So before I forget, wanted to make note of something. This suckling sat in my fridge uncovered for about 2 days just to kind of help dry out the skin. That'll help the skin become a lot more crispy in the pit. And that's also something good to do with like chicken. Leave it in there overnight, uncovered. You'll end up with a lot crispier skin. Now I went with guava juice just to be different. It's got a really nice tropical flavor. I don't think it's going to overpower the flavor of the pork. And I like guava juice. It's really good stuff. Kind of wanted to be a little different, just again get away from the usual apple juice, peach nectar. So I'm going to inject in the hams, the shoulders, not too deep under the ribs. I just want to make sure I'm not poking this needle through the skin. Get into the the loin area. So my nice expensive injectors decided it doesn't want to work, so I'm got a backup luckily. So again, hams, shoulders, try to get into the loin area. And I'm going to inject a lot of this injection in here. The injection's done, and I went through that entire 2 cups of liquid. Now we're going to hit it with a rub just in the meat. We're not going to hit the skin. And I'm using pit barrel cookers, all-purpose rub, good stuff. Looks good. Now the hooks, we're going to hang this. Now initially when I bought this pig and came up with the idea that I wanted to use the pit barrel cooker, my thought was to hang it head down, like face down, and I was going to make a little like space mask for it out of foil, but obviously it's too long, I can't do that. Now I'm changing gears and I want to hang it to where, well, the head used to be up, since the head won't be, interfering with the lid or anything. So I want to make sure that this thing is, we're distributing the weight through more than just 2 points. So I'm actually going to use a total of 4 hooks. And what I'm going to do is put one lower in the rib cage, and then I'll take the second one and do that with it. So again, both of these will be poked between ribs, and then this will be hanging off the rebar. So kind of gauge it a little bit. So I'll go this one first. Again, I'm going to try not to go through the skin. Just good, I didn't. Second hook, go through the loop on the first hook, then again through the rib. And this is going to be good because I think I'm going to, right up next to the spine, but also kind of behind the shoulder. Now for the second set, we're just going to do the same thing. And there we go. Now this is going to be a little unconventional. I'm looking at it, and what I'm going to do is basically put the two loops together and hang it from one rebar. So that'll be fine. Now the next thing I want to do is get these legs kind of trussed up so they're out of the way a little bit, and it'll also make the pig a little bit more compact. So I'm going to hog tie this pig. All right, I think that'll do. Right now I have a chimney of lump charcoal. It's right over there, that's why I'm pointing over there. Almost ready. Then I'll get the pit barrel cooker fired up, get this thing hung. But before we hang it, it's very important, I'm going to wipe down the entire body, the skin here, with a cloth. I want it to go in there dry. And again, we're looking for that nice crispy skin, and that'll help it with the crispy skin. Okay, let's get this little piggy on here. So I had to pull this rebar in order to get them in. I'll get it back in. Piece of hickory and a piece of cherry. Lid on. And we are cooking. I will be running a temperature probe, and what I'm looking for is 190 degrees in the shoulders, about 180 degrees Fahrenheit in the hams. As far as that bottom damper, as usual, I have it set for the elevation I'm cooking at. Internal temperature of the cooker, I don't know, it's a pit barrel cooker. If you're not using a pit barrel cooker, then you're going to want to run your pit 250, 275 degrees Fahrenheit. But the beauty about this thing is you don't need to know. Just trust what the instructions tell you to do. And this thing will give you good food all the time. And it's kind of cool because for me, you know, what I'm doing right now out here cooking, you know, the birds are out here singing, it's a beautiful day. The smoke smells really good. It's going to smell a lot better very soon. It's therapeutic for me. So not having to chase a needle on a thermometer around is a good thing. So what I'm going to do is check it in a couple hours, see what the skin's looking like. Once it gets that color that I'm looking for, we're not wrapping it. I'll be spraying it with a nonstick, a canola oil. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, we're a little over 2 hours in, and it's time to check this little piggy out. I'm just going to grab the rebar here. And there we go. So I like that color. I don't want it to get any darker. So what I'm going to do now is just take some cooking spray and spray this piggy down. This is why we work out, guys. So we can lift piggies out of pit barrel cookers and spray them with oil. Good stuff. All right. So again, a little over 2 hours. We're not there temperature-wise. Just going to keep monitoring this until we are. 3 hours, 45 minutes. This pig is done, and I'm happy about that. It finished a lot sooner than I had expected. So let's check this out. Look at that. That is gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So I'm going to pull this from the pit, we'll let it rest, then I'll give you guys a sample. And here we are all rested. Just look at that beautiful color. It's very crisp. Let's go ahead and try this out. Look at that. So right off the bat, I mean, just that beautiful porky smell. That kind of, that pork belly smell. See that nice smoke ring? Nice and tender, and definitely pullable. Wow. The one thing about this smaller animal is there's definitely not a lot of belly meat, but shoulder's good. Check out this ham. I mean, it's very, very tender. Here we go, the loin. Look at that. Just juicy as all get out. Oh, so the loin, that's my favorite part so far. This is almost almost the whole, or at least half the loin here. This is good. And you know what? I'm thinking I may be able to cram 2 of these into the pit barrel cooker. Like I said, the rib meat, there's definitely not a lot of rib meat on the smaller animal. The belly's definitely not, you know, as meaty as one of the bigger animals. I mean, obviously, but plenty of shoulder meat. The loin, I mean, this is a very, very easy, very, very good cook. I'm pleased, very, very pleased. Wow. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. See you on the next video. Keep those suggestions rolling in. Cheers.